Hey YouTube, I'm Jay Moody. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about my hair journey. So as of today, whatever today's date is, I am 17 months into this lock journey. Now before I started locks, I would always see people call it a journey, and I thought it was kind of a hype. But now that I'm actually in the community, it is definitely a journey. You go through the highs and the lows and the ugly phase, but you embrace it all and you love it. So, where did I start? Okay, so obviously I live in the UK. Said it like 100 times. I feel like I mentioned that in all my videos. I live in the UK. There's not a lot of locticians in the UK, and the ones that are in the UK, they're mostly in London. I don't live in London. That's like a 3 to 4 hour train ride, possibly more because I'm always switching cities. But I'm mostly up north, whereas London is more, I'm up here, London is down here. So, you know, it's quite a journey, and it's quite a bit of money to even get there, plus to actually pay for it. It's a journey. It's a lot. So, I have been mostly self-maintaining. And because of the distance, I decided to start my locks in the States. Now the locticians that I found in the UK, they're good, but the ones I found in the States were just so much better. Like, yeah. So I decided to just go to the States while I was visiting my family anyway. June 2nd, 2019. I went to this woman who I found on Instagram. She's really talented. Her locks are just amazing. They're on point. But I didn't really like the way the parts came out. The parts were uneven. Some of them were square while others were rectangle. I felt like once the locks matured, they might have been a little bit too big for what I was looking for. And also, I told her that I lived in England and that she wouldn't be the one maintaining my locks. So I personally felt like because she wasn't the one to be maintaining my locks, that she didn't take much care, because her work is consistent. When you look on her Instagram, she's been doing this for years. She's a pro, but yet my locks come out like kind of like a little wompy. So I was like, okay. I spent over $100 to get my starter locks. So I was just like, no. 2 days later, I found another girl and I got them redone for another 100 and something. So at this point, I spent $200 to get my hair done, but it was worth it. So the second girl I went to, she did an amazing job. I told her that I wanted my locks to be not square, but rectangle. And I also wanted them to be smaller. And she did an amazing job. I was happy. I was like, okay, let's get it. So, finished spending time with my family in Philadelphia. I go back to England and I realized, okay, Jay, you need to find out how to do your own hair. But it was difficult. So I just kind of ignored it for a while, and then 3 weeks after getting my hair done, it was so itchy, and I was like, I need to wash my hair so bad. So about 3 weeks after getting my starter locks, I washed my hair, and I washed them. If you ever get your locks started, or you've already in the lock process, then you know most locticians will recommend you wait as long as possible before washing your hair and use like apple cider vinegar, whatever, in between to get like build up and stuff. So I couldn't wait. I have really dry scalp. So I washed my hair, did a little video of me in the shower, washing it through the stocking cap, the pantyhose, and then it unraveled a lot. Like my hair unraveled a lot, and I was really scared that it was like to the point of no return. I was like, oh my goodness, I spent over $200. My locks are like, they're unraveled. Like You know, I found this girl in Manchester. I was like, can you fix this? And she was like, I can see. I have to see you in person. I was like, oh my God, I just wanted to cry. But luckily, she was able to like fix them. She was able to find the parts and she retwisted it. And I was like, okay, never doing that again. So that was my first mistake. That in the journey, you learn a lot. You learn as you go. You come to YouTube, you find blogs, and you learn. And that was my first mistake. I was so scared. Okay, so I found this girl in Manchester. I was like, okay, you're pretty good. I'm gonna stick with you until I really learn how to do my hair. And she was in Manchester, and that was lucky because even though I live in Wales, I never stay in Wales during the summers. So I moved to Manchester the summer of 2019, where she was. So I was like, okay, so she does my hair. She was good, but I didn't like her technique. It was something about her technique that wasn't consistent with what I saw on YouTube and what I really wanted. I felt like whatever she was doing, it was slowing down the process of my hair actually locking. So I was like, oh, okay. And she cost a lot for someone who wasn't like working out of a salon. She was just working out of her hair, working out of her house, which is no shade. Because if you're talented, you're talented. But I was just like, you shouldn't be charging salon prices if you're not even washing my hair. Like just to get it retwisted, she charged about 60 pounds. And that did not include washing or styling. Whereas I go to London to a salon and it's 60 pounds for a wash, retwist, and styling. Make it make sense. But I digress. Okay, so over time, I learned how to, before that, second mistake. A month after, I take a vacation to Portugal. And you know, we're swimming in the ocean. We're in this beautiful resort. We're in the pool all day, every day. This is like freaking July. It's hot. It's in Portugal. I'm like, yes. Me and my best friend are in the pool or in a sauna every day. But I'm wearing the swim cap. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm good. But somehow, maybe the swim cap was a poor material or the water was just seeping underneath. By the end of my week vacation in Portugal, my hair had done it again, where it had completely unraveled. I was like, oh my God. I wanted to cry. So I contacted her again. I was like, oops, I did it again. And I feel like she's probably like, bitch, what are you doing? So luckily she was able to save it again. From that point, I feel like I actually learned my lesson. So I kept going to her until the summer was over, and I was like, okay, I need to learn how to do my own hair. I retwisted my hair for the first time. It was not very good, but did the job. Learning better and better, watching YouTube videos, and I wore a stocking cap, like pantyhose, over my head, like how the video showed, for about maybe, oh goodness, 9 months. Of having locks. I continued to do that, and then I finally washed it without the pantyhose just to see how my locks would hold up, just to make sure they wouldn't unravel. And finally, my hair was actually starting to lock. It was past the budding phase. It was actually starting to lock and be more secure. And that's when I started to feel like, okay, I'm actually a part of the lock community. Like, you know, I was like, okay, now I'm actually in the lock game. I was so hyped, so ugly with it, so bald. Looking back now, I realize how bald I actually was. Now my hair kind of moves a little bit. I mean, I have a band on right now. It kind of, you know, it moves. You know, what? Excuse me? Huh? You know, it moves. Then it wasn't moving, but I felt like it was so long and luscious. But anyway, I digress. So I'm learning more and more how to do my hair and how to do styles. I've just learned how to do 2-strand twists. It is now my new go-to hairstyle. So I'll actually do a tutorial on that in one of my upcoming videos. And as far as the length, I feel like once I actually started to lock, and once my little starter twists actually start to look like locks, I started to ignore my hair. Once you ignore your hair, while still taking care of it, obviously, I feel like once you actually look back, it's just like, oh my goodness, it's grown so much. Because at one point, and I feel like everyone who gets locks does this, you're so obsessed with the growth. Every time you get your hair retwisted, you're like, has it gotten any longer now? But once I actually ignored it and just kind of retwisted it, once it was time to retwist it, I look back now, I'm like, wow, my hair has grown quite a bit. Like, let me see if I can, well, it's in the style right now, but you know, it's grown quite a bit. So yeah, I'm happy. like I said, it's all about a journey, just taking care of it. I swear, I feel like every couple of months or so, I learn something different. I use different products. Everything is just kind of trial and error. For a while, I used to use Loc'd gel. Not like a thick wax, but a proper Loc'd gel that actually they don't sell in the UK. I would actually spend like, I think the gel maybe costs $10. I would end up spending $30 just to get it ordered from the States to the UK. So it's a good quality gel, but I found that just using rose water and a natural oil just makes so much difference. It's still like, even though it was a good quality gel, it was still way messier than just water and oil. And I just feel like that has helped my hair so much as far as growth. I feel like in this pandemic, like in the last 6 months, my hair has just sprouted. So yeah, that is how I started and where I'm at now. I am currently self-maintaining. In my next video, I would do a Q&A. Basically questions that I had when I first started my journey that I was just all over the place, and I'll answer them in my upcoming video, as far as how to get started, you know, techniques, what to look for in a loctician, products, mistakes to avoid, you know, don't wash your hair the next day or even 3 weeks later, and all that good stuff that I'm sure people starting locks want to know, or people who are just beginning want to know. Like I said, I'm not even 2 years in and I'm still learning. So if you like this video, physically like it, subscribe, and I'll see you next time for the Q&A. See ya.